If you're a creator now, life can be relatively easy. If you didn't grow up in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, you feel what I'm saying? Contention. You gotta contend with these alien forces and these adverse forces. You feel what I'm saying? Life is great when you're young, but when you get older, you want to be comfortable. All right? They got us thinking that the money is going to save the world. It's not. They got you thinking that as long as you can drive a foreign car, wear foreign watches, foreign clothes, you know, the oppressor's clothes and things of that nature, everything is all right. Nah, everything is not all right. If you've been to Atlanta and you've been downtown, you see they got a sign, right? It's a major sign of the national debt in downtown Atlanta, showing you them trillions of dollars that the United States corporation is in debt. And the question is, who is this United States corporation? Right? Everything that you know in life in America. You get up, go to work, drive your car, put gas in your car, get your groceries, get your clothes, you know what I'm saying, pay your bills, watch your YouTube, watch your cable, what else you do. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like right now, the majority of humans are stuck in entertainment. They're stuck in social media. Okay? There's so many people today in life, in the real world, right, with their heads down, stuck in the cell phone. Not even really paying attention. Not even really paying attention anymore. See, when I was growing up, life was being outside and getting active, right? Getting active. Today, you hardly see people outside. If they outside, they moving around, you know what I'm saying, to obtain materials off their privilege. And people think we free, man. We not free, man. All right, that cell phone is letting you know that it's easy to program the mind. And once you program the mind, it's hard for the mind to change. Right? You see people so attached to their cell phones today and to their quote unquote privacy or secrecy that, you know, they'll go to any length to make sure or to ensure that you don't go on their cell phone and see what type of person they are spiritually. I know y'all seen some of them videos where they, the loyalty test. If you ain't smoking on gas, do not smoke. The loyalty test with some of these young couples, even some older couples, you know, they exchange their phones, right? And then shit gets real. You dig what I'm saying? I never really understood growing up why I had to lie, right? Yeah, I never understood growing up why I had to lie to a female, to anybody for that matter. Once I got my mind wrapped around, like, look, if I lie to somebody, I'm not necessarily being true to myself, right? I'm not necessarily being true to myself. Now, Some lies are good. Sometimes you need to tell a lie, especially when you don't really want to deal with a situation or whatever, or whatever reason you're lying for. Sometimes a little lie is good, right? And sometimes you don't really want to crush a mother's feelings. You feel what I'm saying? But when I wrap my head around, hey man, I don't have to be out here lying to anybody. Then I understood my power, right? And you got people out here today, just for attention, or really, right, the sexual energy on these people is dominant, not the mind energy. You know, some people don't mind getting caught slipping. When I grew up, you couldn't get caught slipping, right? About 85%. Why do I use 85%? Because you got to go back to the 5%ers, the nation of gods and earths. 85% of the people were dumb, deaf, and blind. You know what I'm saying? 85% of the people are dumb, deaf, and blind. Easily programmed. You can't respect no human being. They ain't got no spiritual quality about themselves. Right? So I'm gonna go into an oldie but a goodie. Okay? Now, like I said, and like I know, 85% of the people, the dumb, deaf, and blind people, we're gonna bring that percentage down, because there's some very intelligent people that rock with religion. Now, when I'm talking about people or anybody, I'm not talking about the mankind races ever. I don't include them in the surviving of the human beings on this planet. And I'm not saying that in a racist type of way. I'm not saying that because I have dislike for the other races. Nah, not at all. I just know my people been down for a long time. All of us can speak the good word. Right? All of us can speak the good word. All of us can speak the words of upliftment. Right? And I do agree sometimes there could be too many chiefs or too many bosses in the circle for anything to get done. But we need a certain amount of bosses out here that are shot callers. And we ain't talking about just to get the bag. We talking about laying templates down for mental direction. That if you think like this and you operate like this, then the manifestation would be like this. You can see it. Trusting in your reasonability. I want this to happen, right? You actually controlling time. The ethers is powerful. Like I said, I'm gonna go into a oldie but goodie. Okay, this is called The Image of the Beast. Hagakshia Hagagat. Right? And the image on the book it says it all. Okay? And that's what was dope about Dr. Malachi Z. York's books. Okay? Because you know ninjas is like, I ain't got no time to read. I'm doing too much of nothing. I ain't got no time to read. So the covers was compelling. When you seen the cover, you was like, whoa. I ain't got no time to read, but I might have some time today. I want to check this out. Let's go into it. Let me bring it up. Wow. All right. Image of the Beast. Now for some, like I read, some Ethiopians not going to get it. And for some Ethiopians, it's going to be right on time. Look at this cover, man. Okay. You got to stay up on history. See, right now, the brothers and sisters that were born in the 90s, born in the year 2000, like my son. My first son was born in the year 2000. He don't know nothing about the 80s, I'm sure. Probably don't know nothing about the 90s. I say that like that because he's not in my life right now. He's in his mom's life, and he lives in England. Okay? You got to go back over the last 30 years now. Yeah, you got to go over the last 30 years. Okay? Why do you have to go over the last 30 years? Because now we have an image of the beast. Okay? One of the most powerful tools of the devil that was created was the television that came out into the 1950s. Before the television, all you seen was the activities of the people. If you went outside and you had radio. So the last video I was telling you about forces, interactions, right? Real time. Now you got television time, and now you got social media time. Now you don't have to wait for a scheduled program. You can get the drug immediately now. One of the most powerful tools created by the beast was a way to project his image onto the world. Now you know an image today, a pixels make up images. Okay. Well, think of one television or the 5 televisions that you have in your crib, right? 3 televisions, 1 television, what have you. And that television itself is a pixel. And the millions and billions in TVs, right, that's broadcasting around the world. Each TV a pixel. That's creating one major image that we really don't see and we don't pay attention to. And that's the backdrop of the program. I don't think they listening to me. See, some of these cats that's trying to teach, they ain't got 10 years under their belt. They don't have 15, 20 years under their belt, right? And also, they don't have 10 to 15 years of outside teaching. They've been teaching on the internet. They've been Googling you to death with not whole books. They'll give you a page or a couple of paragraphs from the book. Charleston White say the cheaters always win. They'll tell you cheaters never win, but cheaters do win. Motherfuckers who try to do it the right way is doing it the long way. You see what I'm saying? The cheaters wanted to get it immediately. And so, you know, when it comes down to getting this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and I see a couple of videos, you know, it's pictures, hardly any knowledge, and analysis of paragraphs and books. These cats not even reading, right? They don't understand that to read a book, a 200-page book, what that does to the mind. It grows the mind. Okay? Seeing an image, like you see this image here, right? It's quick. You're going to forget. It's quick. You're going to forget. You understand what I'm saying? Now, Let's get into the pic. You see in the backdrop, you see the big city, the city life. Could be Atlanta, right? Could be New York. Could be Chicago. But based on the backdrop of this image, I know it's Atlanta because I'm familiar with the buildings. Okay? You got the money in the middle. You got the dead presidents on the money. What Mike Epps say has been pimping since pimping been pimping. You got the dead presidents on the money. But we got two powerful images. Okay? As far as women, goddesses in their own right. We have a way of life. They have a way of life. Okay? This is the laws of opposites. There's duality. There's good and there's bad. There's positive and there's negative. The image of the beast. Right? God also created in an image. Now, when it comes down to emulation and mimicking, you got to be careful. Because if you're not the originator of the meme, right, then you can lose your stepping trying to follow and mimic something that you really don't know, something that you really haven't studied. Perception is powerful. The way you perceive a thing is powerful. The way you perceive a person is powerful. Because you could be slipping, underestimating, or understanding what you see. Okay? Now, the image on the right is Marilyn Monroe. Okay? Now, this image is just being used because Marilyn Monroe was, everybody knows Marilyn Monroe. You know what I'm saying? JFK and all of that. 6,000 years ago they came. Now, like I said, when we look at the image of the white person, we automatically say white. But Marilyn Monroe can be a Spaniard. You got European ancestry. In fact, anybody that looks like them in America are immigrants. They have European ancestry. Okay? Their people came 6,000 years ago. This is ghosts. It's not you melanin, it's not pheomelanin, it's ghosts. Opposites. Now let's turn to the sister on the left. When you look at my sister on the left, okay, is this her original image? The makeup, the clothing, the hair, you know, the eyelashes. Is this her original image? And black people, we know in our right minds, that's not her original image. Do you dig what I'm saying? And this is just a cover of the page. We haven't even gotten into the knowledge yet. When you follow a person, place, or thing without fully knowing what you're following, it can be dangerous. Because now we're dealing with a belief system, a social experiment. Brothers is playing themselves now. Brothers is simping now. Brothers is tricking now. Okay. We have women as a possession to reproduce. And today in America, they'll have you believe that women and men are 50-50. But it's not 50-50 when it comes down to the genetics, the emotions, the personalities of men and women. Okay? So the image on the left, is this an image that increases the values of her kin opposite, which is a black man? Is this the image that empowers the black man? In fact, she's not even emulating. She's emulating the woman. Women's liberation, when the white women wanted to come out of the kitchen. Right, I'll show you a deep picture. When I found these images, the shit was funny, right? I thought it was funny because I was like, wow, you know, this is a problem right here, my people. See, the reason why the black woman and the black man is almost like damn near opposites today, it's because of these two. My bad, hold on. It's because of these two, right? The ghost race is the most homosexual race on the planet. If you go back and you look into their cultures, you will see that the man hardly wants the woman. He wants to be with the men. Okay? And these advertisements was about Lysol. And Lysol was used back then, was about feminine hygiene. Okay? These advertisements were, if you didn't clean the vajayjay and get that feminine body odor up off you, then it can cause a marriage to disconnect. I met Stan when I went to work in a war plant. We fell in love, were married, and at first had a beautiful life. Then suddenly, a barrier between us. I, who counted so on our precious hours together, was crazy with grief. Okay. Why don't you try Lysol disinfectant? Sue, darling, she said, when I finish, it's so simple. You know a wife can often lose her husband's love if she's neglectful about, what about feminine hygiene? Okay. Lysol. Look, they got a doctor saying that Lysol is non-caustic. gentle, and efficient in proper dilution. Contains no free alkali. Contains no free alkali. It is not carbolic acid. What do we use Lysol for today? Okay? Right? So, this is the problem. Let me go back. The white woman had to get the black woman on her side in order to go against her man. And so if the white woman is going against her man, and we down there see that in their politics. If the white woman is going against her man, then I got to get all women to go against their men. You see? And we act like this is not a problem. This is a problem. All right? Image of the beast. The black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet, and right now she is damn near the most vile woman on the planet. Trying to break niggas, trying to get money out of, you understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like a catch-22 because we know what the woman has been through. You know what the woman had to go through if the man couldn't be in the house to take care of his family, and this was government order, state order, court order. So what do you do in the loneliness of your home? No love. But you got the kids as the reminder of what you used to have. And now you got to do it alone. Right? This is what they hit us with. Is this the proper image? Is this empowering us? You got Ice Spice now. She be on stage, she be damn near naked. What does that have to do with hip hop? Nobody is questioning it. If you try to question it, it's like, oh man, you misogynistic. Something is going on. Right? Ain't this what's cracking off right now? Okay? Is this the original image of the black woman? Right? Era of the neutrinoids. Okay? Special issue Time magazine. It says, take a good look at this woman. She was created by a computer from a mix of several races. What you see is a remarkable preview of the new face of America. Okay? The new face of America, and it says how immigrants are shaping the world's first multicultural society. Okay? How immigrants okay? The program is deep. And this is what the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for into overstanding is for, especially 9 science. is, man, we can't be having our sisters out here like this, man. Right? Based on that. Okay? Based on that. What did y'all find out during COVID? Lysol was killing it. You look on the back of the Lysol, it tells you it kills COVID-19. 1889 to 1939. Okay? We don't know what the side effects of Lysol on the vagina created. We don't know that. So anyway, with that being said, let's check out the scroll. It wasn't ready for this level of science, only a few. Well, I'm not going to say a few, it's a lot of Nuwapians out there, but there's a lot of us who couldn't get their hands, didn't know about on these scrolls or even Nuwapu. Okay? The beautiful words. The true laws of natural nature and nature's codes for all living things are the same and are in some way interwoven together in this liquid world, be it breath or air, wind, cloud, or perspiration. Moistness links all things in the seas or on the land. Moistness. It's the denseness or density of existence. It's all H2O, water, steam, mist, vapor, perspiration, as each sweats or perspires. You all still live under some form of liquid mist called air, and out of and into the body as breath and perspiration. All things are in all and thereby form one big network called the natural manifestation of all living things within existence. As things materialize or incarnate or grow, the true matrices of existence, and thinks as a mind or motivator and activator in all things, as Pa'ut manifests as Ray and is said Pa Kathar Ad-Ray, the Most High Ray, the All, the Supreme who grew supreme beings and kissed them with melanin, as of melaninite, the great high explosive power of life, the melaninite offspring of Pa-Ray, the sun, or as their own Bible recounts in it, Psalms 84:11. For the Yahweh Elohim is a Shemesh, sun and shield. The Yahweh will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. It says there, Yahweh is a sun, online Bible, Strong's Hebrew, Shemesh, Chaldean to Hebrew to Arabic, Shamsu, the physical sun. All right? The sun is the true source of life on this planet Earth. Without the sun, all that lives will die. The sun is also the highest brightness in the heavenly sky, the light of the heaven and earth, also called the Savior in their Bible records, as Malachi 4:2 states, but unto you that fear my name shall the Shemesh, son of righteousness, arise with healing in his wings. And that is recorded all over ancient Egypt as the sun discs with wings, 9 mine. Or how they put it in their New Testament, St. John 1:4. In him was life, and the life was the light of man. Phos. Okay? Remember, I took you to phosphorus, to shine or make manifest by rays. Online Bible Strong's Greek, number 53:16 and 53:46. luminous firelight. So they relate it to incarnation, the supreme power of life in this solar system, the sun. Okay? To become the supreme being, of course, is nature in general at work. Negroids or Africans are the supreme being, absolute natural nature. The first race that the sun grew. Parents of all other human beings from the beginning of time. All others are your products. You are their God. There is no escaping the fact that life is now captive to the living dead and is oppressed by the living dead and their ghost spirit forces, the dead. Now all the other children or aboriginals, sub-races, help the Caucasoid to keep God captive by control of their divine mind, by placing their image of themselves as God in Negroids' minds and have them to worship them in their image. Although other darker skinned races are not the same as you Negroids, the only dark skinned people with hair, man. Other darker peoples or man's kind in general are opposite to Caucasoids as well, but not the extreme opposite of Caucasoids. And that means less friction and suffering for the other dark skinned race of aboriginals. It's the lamb and the goat laws of nature at work. The other factor that makes Negroids unique from all others is they, like the lamb, have woolly hair, while all others, like the goat, have straight fur. Theirs is not nappy, woolly, kinky, but rather theirs is thin, straight, and flat. Okay? Now, we've seen the first image of the sister on the cover of the book, and I asked, is this the original image of that sister on the book? See, they made us not love nature. They made us not love natural things, right? But is the change in the woman to look like a Marilyn Monroe type, is that on black men? Okay? Is that on black men? Are all black women saying we look like Marilyn Monroe because we want more love from black men? No. That is not the reason we are seeing the changes in our sisters and in the brothers. Okay? Got a whole lot of transgendering going on. Also, the image is of the beast. Okay? Boom. Negro, are you nappy and happy? Okay? Are you nappy and happy? My girl on the left. Okay? They saying, Beyonce is a Native American. That look like Beyonce's sister right there. You see what I'm saying? This is what they doing. This is what they've been doing for a long time. And the weak minds of the brothers is like, yeah, that's what I like. Oh man, you slipping. You slipping when you don't love this no more. She's slipping when she don't love herself no more. What's this bring to black people? Chaos. Because the sexual nature is off balance. Okay? You see the differences. Okay? What's in common and what's not in common? And you'll say that this is not beautiful when you don't understand the power of the image. That the reason that the skin, eyes, hair, beauty is like this. Mankind mentality. How come they don't want to get down with the blacks when they copy the blacks? Right? They copy. They mimic. They steal. They exploit. They bite. And don't want to give no credit to the sources. And sadly, most dark-skinned, gold fur-headed people choose to worship the image of the beast as recorded in their Bible, Revelation 13:15. And he that had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they drew, molded, and painted the image of the beast as their image of God, angels, Jesus, Mary, all their religious figures in Mosesism, Jesusism, and Mohammedism, and pictures, statues, TV, cinema, and their words. And by so doing gave life to what did not exist, created many religious cinemas so their gods, lords, angels, prophets can actually speak. You seeing your God, your Lord and Savior on TV? Right? On TV? That's what you seeing? Okay? You don't see Jesus Christ in your life, he don't manifest on your porch. You see him on TV. And they expect us to believe that this is true. That this is real. How many different images, different white men do they have playing the image of Jesus Christ? You see what I'm saying? So now they gave life and speech to a false image of God, Jesus, angels, Mary, even Muhammad and the companions. And if another race doesn't accept their image of themselves, they attack them. If it's a group of people, they say they're a cult, making it okay to kill them. If it's another religion, they become evil, and so they can kill them. This is what Caucasoids do to all others who don't wish to worship their image. Okay? This is not powerful hair. Now, this is not racism. This is facts. Okay? This is facts. So the photo of Jesus you see with shoulder-length fur could not be how the real Jesus looked. 1 Corinthians 11:14, doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? So how could this image be so? Isn't the Bible about Jesus? Corinthians, the Greek church, they gave you an image. And the image is going against what they wrote in their own Bible. And even those are so programmed today will see this verse, 1 Corinthians 11:14, and say, I'm not paying attention to that because I know the real image of Jesus Christ. Okay? But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given for her for a covering. Now, with that being said, you know that these people are not the original people. Okay? Because when you think of long hair, you think of straight dead hair. Not original woolly hair. So it is clear, of course, they use hair, never fur. So I will show to you Nuwapians how it's animal fur, not negroid hair, nappy. To look at a lion, the male, you see it has fur, not dreadlocks, but fur. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Okay, so here's an image, right? The Lion of Judah. And we're just talking about the fur. Okay? Now, when you think of the nature of these animals, you would be like, man, black people, man, we the lions out here, man. You know what I'm saying? We these powerful jaguars and cats and all of that stuff, right? And what do these animals do? They digest blood. Okay. Being peaceful is powerful. Being laid back and reserved with value is powerful. But we want to be in the forefront and worship the image of the beast. Sub-races, right? Now, when you see the European side, you got to know what you're looking at. Also, with the African side. Okay? Many have mixed with these races, so one can become confused, and many use religion as a race or a place, such as Jewish is not a race, Cuban is not a race, Egyptians today are not a race, and Brazilians are not a race. Portuguese is not a race. Many races belong to these religions. Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Okay? A lot of mixtures going on today. When they know all part of his tricks to get people of other races to fear a Caucasian image of God, and in so doing fear his whole race. Love a Caucasian image of Mary, Mother of God, and in so doing love his women and her images. It is true that blondes have more fun. Snow White and her 7 dwarfs. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, pushing their image of their races as images of good God. And if you worship that image, you will not get burnt black in the darkness of hell. When they know and worship the black Madonna and sun, which comes from the true black skin image of the Egyptian Sapsududu, Enneads, or Naz Duru. Okay? If you're Indian and you have a child by one of the Caucasoid, your child is Indian. If you're Spanish, Mexican, Cuban, and Latino and you have a child by one of the Caucasoid races, they will still say your child is Latino. Even if they have blonde hair, blue eyes, or green eyes, red fur, still they don't accept others into their races as one of them. Okay? But you must welcome them into your world, as many countries do world over, as we did in Africa and Native Americans did in America, as the Aboriginals did in Australia, as they did in South America, South Africa. Once in, once trusted, they kill and take over the wealth, the land, the women, and claim, I am whatever, and pretend to respect your culture. Okay? Yet many people of sub-races and Negroes have been ruled from birth and before. He rules your seed for 4 generations. So at your birth, as doctors in the hospitals, he controls your birth certificate. In schools, he controls your graduation certificates. At marriage, he controls your marriage certificate. At your death, it's him who issues your death certificate. To drive, to travel, to make money, he takes some of it as tax. He issues your social security number. He is your teacher and even your preacher's teacher. He gave you your translation of the Bible and Quran. He told you who God is, who Allah is, who Jah is, who Jehovah is, who the devil is, who angels are. You name it, and he named it. Okay? What did they do when they start getting taxed? Okay? Their money was getting taxed. What did they do? Okay? That's a deep picture in here on the right if you see what I'm talking about. Okay? What did they do? You know what they did. All right? You know what they did. They took it. They took it. And when they took it, what happened? Okay? All you got to do is look at history. What happened? If they don't get it, that way they ask, what are you speaking? When you say Nuwapic, they say, is that African language? They need to know. If they're in control of your tones, your colors, as you sit and watch TV or a cinema, you're not thinking how the colors you see each have an effect on your brain, your mind, your emotions, feelings, and moods. Just sitting and watching colors change before your eyes, and the sounds of their voices, the music they choose behind what you're watching, all these are taking control of your subconscious mind. Okay? Sounds, lights, are feelings under his control, and other sub-races follow right behind him. They depart from their own country and remove their own cultures for his dress, music, foods, and what is beautiful to them. So their women have to try and look and sound like the Caucasoid women. If they feel they're not beautiful, this is the spell they must overcome. You see, dreadlocks are still shoulder-length hair like extensions, a way to have long flowing hair like their long flowing fur, still under the spell, and feel I don't or won't look beautiful without long flowing shoulder-length locks. Be proud of your hair, your African woolly, nappy, kinky hair. Give them back their image too. Can you do that? Give them back their image. Okay? American Indian women. That's not these women right there. They'll say that's the same women. No, they'll say they're not in the right positions. Okay? Nah, man. All right? Doc came for a reason. Okay? Doc came for a reason. All right, let's end this with this. We'll play a short from Dr. York. You're not going to be able to hear it because a lot of his videos were done before all this new technology came out. You understand what I'm saying? But he talks about electric ships.
That goes deep down past that side as it does up. Most of the extraterrestrials that come from this side of the black hole, they're in the shoes when you're in the black hole. And when anything up there, it's kind of smiling, and then it moves slow. So they're satisfied, and their ships, right, run on electricity, as we know, electrical energy. So they pull over the little triangle and go to other planets in order to recharge themselves. American ships and earthbound craft who run off fuel, we're seeing that Pisces there, the water there, they have an oil cage, which is the electrical energy. They're still driving the ships on fuel and driving the cars on fuel, but they all want to catch up good enough.
Now, when he put this out before there were any Teslas, any hybrid cars, right? He said that the UFOs run off electric energy. Okay, you know the planet is electric and magnetic. And what are cars running off today? You understand what I'm saying? So you got to ask, where are they getting this technology from? While we remain in the image of the beast, losing our minds.